Team Cherry, where is Act 3? You see this number? You see this? What does it say? 52 hours, damn near 53. I have spent 53 hours and I still haven't finished the game. However, seeing as I defeated Grandmother Silk so easily, I'm sure that getting to Act 3 will be a breeze. Right? Surely? Looking through my achievements, it became abundantly clear that I had so much left to do in the game. It turns out, in my rush to save Farloom, I hadn't even found all of the areas yet, but I did have an idea on where I could go first. But before all that, I saved Sherman and White Ward, and I mean this when I say someone really needs to install some lights in there. I mean, no wonder there are so many bot shops when you can hardly flip and see anything. Ever think of that? Anyway, yes. Then I went to get the rest of the polyps. Saw new again, chopping up Sister Splinter this time.
Very fast.
Okay. Found the courier tip, then went to the root lady person thing, who gave me the polyp pouch for the polyps, and then told me to prepare for the time of birth. Okay, don't know what that means, but cool, I guess. Wait! Before we carry on, subscribe for more epic videos. Thank you. Back to finding the other areas. I had a suspicion there might be something over the Pinmaster lady in the Blasted Steps, because I remembered seeing some needle-end rings over her tent. Turns out, I was right, come on. A bit of cheeky parkour and boom, Sands of Karak.
Sands of Karak. Oh.
Yeah, so turns out all the shell creatures in the Blasted Steps came from the Sands of Karak. So does this mean the Blasted Steps don't have any native, like, wildlife? Who knows? Anyway, the golden orb things that generates platforms were pretty cool. How does it work though? Magic? Science? Elderbug? All these questions but no answers. At least Chakra had more knowledge than I on this abandoned land. Apparently a grand tribe used to live in the tower above. And to be honest, you don't see much evidence of them, you know, when you come in. But sure enough, some sort of structure is marked at the top of the map. So I carry on. Found a simple key next to a corpse on a bench. Of course I took it. Boom! Elevator to the Blasted Steps. Cool.
I wonder if there's a bellway here, if there's such a civilized...
Oh yeah, I found the crunch, not the Fugomon. Holy flip, why is it in such a... like, how are you supposed to access this place?
Okay.
Ah, the second raging conchfly, we meet again. You may have the home advantage here, but I have magic, and a sword, and silk. So. Okay. You know, I do sometimes wonder how many creatures we make extinct, because holy flip. I found the tower and saw the husks of the tribe that lived there, very terracotta army-esque. How did they died, I do not know. Maybe because there isn't any water anymore, because this place is bone dry. Anyway, from the ruler's lap, I took the conch cutter, which is a very, very good tool. Yes. Boom! Locked door opened in the deep docks. Come on. Oh, how foolish I was. There was a reason why this place was locked away. I think they're inhaling something radioactive down there, because damn, everyone is crazy. Especially the fat guy who apparently is a parkour pro, because why are we having the underpraised Incredible Hulk jumping around platforms like Mario? Like damn, if this guy wasn't so stupid, he could have saved Farloom instead of me.
Why is she able to jump? No, that's illegal. That's alright. Oh crap.
Then I see this guy. He doesn't look like the other NPCs, and he's got an exploding spear. Oh my god,
is this guy?
An exploding spear in the deep docks. What? That's crazy. I know. Okay, yeah. And he's bouncing around the place, but as quickly as he came, he left. Okay, I'm not gonna complain. I don't want to fight that guy.
Screw you, go away.
Another gauntlet room. Great. Ah, especially because safety rooms don't exist. And who doesn't love explosives in a small room? Holy flip, thank god. Finally, I get to the boss, who's an overseer called Cygnus. Here's why I'm glad I bought the lava tool thingy, I think magma shield, because the heat damage sucks so much. Like, Magma Shield is putting goat work in the deep docks. Well, well, well. Turns out the guy from before was a boss, Gron. So that's why he left. So he could flip and gang up on me with his brother. But nah. I'd still win. 2 on 1, 3 on 1, 4 on 1. It doesn't matter, I still win! First Gron, and then Cygnus. It's over, they're done.
There we go. Alright. Easy dubs.
Turns out the thing they were gatekeeping was a sauna. What? I bet they don't even let their flipping workers use the sauna. Anyway, even further down, holy flip, how far does the deep docks go? I find an old diving bell. At this point, I don't know what it's used for, and I don't know how to remove the clamp, so I leave it. So back at the first shrine, I've been tasked to rescue the trader again,
What the fuck?
and I find her being terrorized by the stupid moths and a big moth. I think this is the only big moth in the game, which is weird because it's not even a boss. Like, why is there only one big moth in the whole of Farloom? Anyway, I save her,
There we go.
and she accuses me of trying to steal her stuff. Me! I only steal stuff from enemies I've slain or other corpses and stuff. Big difference. And what's with all these people accusing me of stuff? Like, damn, I'm just trying to help.
Actually, I haven't explored this place, so I'll do whatever I like. Thank you very much.
Putrified ducks. Holy flip. I understand why this place was hidden away. We got Sinner's Road's long lost cousin over here. I mean, why are there counter-strafing primal aspids? Let me hit you!
Why are there counter-strafing primal aspids? What the fuck?
Yeah, I immediately left. And I'm back at Bellheart, where I finally found the Relic Keeper. And more importantly, the Pin Master. Call me Sherlock Holmes, I know. And I finally get to upgrade my needle. Twice, by the way, so very nice. What's going on? Damn. A pin.
No, not Sinner's
I rescued the other courier from Sinner's Road.
No.
I have no idea who he's sending packages to up there.
Give me that
They're
damn
all
raptor.
incarcerated, but okay. I finally got enough money to buy the vintage nectar, but the flippin' guy conveniently forgets to tell me he has an ant infestation and I have to clear them out. With both couriers saved, I try my hand at delivering the courier's rasher. Yeah, I'm not doing that now. Yeah, Gourmand can wait. No! No! I beat up Krat. So I go back to the putrified ducts. Holy flip, of course it does that. And I get ambushed by the mutant version of the big moss creature from Moss Grotto. There genuinely might be something radioactive in Farloom's there. Stupid. No, that's not even the worst bit. I get reeled in by this Venus flytrap plant thing. At least the counter-strafing bug gets idiot. Oh, that's a sick interaction though. Holy flip. I found the key of the apostate! Holy flip, I genuinely thought I was going mad when I couldn't find it in the slab. Why is it here? Why did he take it here?
Oh, I see.
I found the Huntress. And finally, a nice place in this flipping area. Holy flip. Clean water as well. So it's like that's a surprise.
Sister Spiders watch these water flow, cleansing, binding us.
I met Vogue, and apparently her job was to flip and track the fleas, which I've been doing. So, what the flip has she been doing?
Yanara.
And she makes me pay to find the locations of the other fleas. I'm helping you! Anyway, I get requested by the first shrine to take care of the brood mother and the slab. I don't know how they're affected by her, but sure, those damn flies deserve it. Genuinely though, there needs to be a mega explosive that I can chuck it to these deads. Maybe someone from the deep docks can build one, because holy flip, they spawn so much, and you know, they'll just make it quicker. Anyway, the Broodmother was a very annoying boss, and might I say, a very disgusting one as well. But thankfully, I defeat her, so she can no longer produce the evil jailers that guard these cells and kidnap random people. Flippin' idiots. Don't know what they want with their eye, but sure. I'm in the slab. I have the key of the apostate. I guess it's time to open some locked doors. Anyway, I end up in this room that has a chest full of rosaries, and I notice a very cheeky entrance on the roof, like hardly visible. And I do some less than crazy parkour to get to, but you know how it is. Turns out, it led to a room with a single prisoner, held in a gilded vault, very different to the cell I was held in. It was chained together with both physical chains and a silk binding, ensuring the prisoner couldn't escape. The first sinner? The engraving on the vault read of the first criminal ever held, guilty of the crime of apostasy, but I found it strange they were jailed compared to other criminals / sinners who were killed for their crimes. However, the bindings were easier to break than I thought, and I entered the vault. And this was giving me a lot of parallels to the first game, in how the Hollow Knight was chained and kept inside the temple. I go in, and I see a Weaver corpse, but she's alive? I thought all the pure-blooded Weavers died out. Apparently not, but she says she'll give me her power, and I'm not going to say no, like, please do. Be my guest, mate. Boom! She jumps out, makes herself a dress out of silk first, nice dress by the way, and then attacks me without warning. Honestly, she's cracked. Her moveset is quite similar to Grandmother Silk in a way, but she's fast, like really fast. Plus she's spamming all of her attacks at once, plus she heals herself, and as well as that, she's teleporting around the place like lace. Now I think of it, this fight's really similar to the Pure Vessel fight. Anyway, like, I knew Weavers are cracked, but holy flip. But I take some juice for that extra speed, and bam! She's no match for me. I win. After her not so swift defeat, she allowed me to bind her strength. You know, you could have done it without fighting me. As a option for next time. Probably isn't a next time. Anyway, and in the Silk memory, you see that the first sinner, and all Weavers in fact, were created by Grandmother Silk. And we were evolved from the horrible spider claw thingies. Wait, let me check. I just checked. They're called flippin' Farlids. And all this time I've been slaying my cousins. No, my ancestors. No, that doesn't work either. I don't know. My relatives who weren't evolved by the Weavers to be Weavers by Grandmother Silk.
Oh god. Oh, is this how the first sinner was formed?
She called his daughters, called us to Ryan. She like, oh, it's... Yeah, that gives us a lot more clarity, I must say. Yeah, defeated Rune Anyway, Rage. I got Rune Rage, so that's pretty cool. Then I went to take care of the savage beastfly in Farfields. Easy, right? Wrong! Believe me when I say that the savage beastfly, mixed with the lava-spitting guy, make for the most cancerous combo in the game. Especially with the beastfly destroying the platforms and making me flippin' fall in lava. Thankfully, the magma shield was doing God's work, and I quickly ended their reign of tyranny. They are literally the real villains of Farloom. Seeing as we've defeated the most evil boss of the game, and found the worst area in the game, surely the rest of the game is super easy, and we won't find even worse areas or creatures. Right? Right?